Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Susie. Oh my gosh, how cool do I sound with a soothing voice? I don't know who the fuck I think I am, but guys, welcome back to the Restoration Codex podcast, hosted by yours truly. What the fuck are we going to talk about today? This is Codex Entry 2 under Mary Magdalene. And in this podcast, I reveal and restore lost spiritual wisdom and feminine power. I'm dedicated to restoring forgotten and spiritual wisdom. And each episode that I do explores hidden teachings, lost voices, and the deeper meanings within our sacred traditions, because sometimes the truth isn't gone. It's simply waiting to be remembered. So, as I said, this is Codex Entry number 2 under Mary Magdalene. Please check out the first episode. I go into a little bit about her gospel. Actually, not a little bit, the fuck. I go into pretty good detail about her gospel and the hidden meanings behind there. I'm dedicating time and love and energy to restoring her, who she really was and what she was about and what she did for us. She's a pretty cool gal. Before I get into it, I do like to start off with an intention for this podcast. It's an invocation for authorship and sovereign coherence because she's, theys, and gays, and everyone in between. Though I am sharing Mary's truths in this podcast, I will never insinuate or force these truths upon you. So put on your pants. What the fuck? Just use discernment. I don't know why I have to make it so complicated. Anyway, all right. So this is the invocation. You can close your eyes. If you're driving, take your hands off the wheel. Put the car in park without braking. Just kidding. Don't do that. I rise in this moment as the one who sees. I no longer drift as a character in another story. I call back the chapters written in my absence. I call back the sentences scripted by fear, the edits made by survival, and the margins stained by shame. I now reclaim my authorship. I place my hands on the pages of my life, not to rewrite the past, but to recognize my pen was always in my reach. From this breath forward, I choose to narrate in truth. May my body be the parchment, my breath the ink, and my will the fire that illuminates the next word. I honor every voice that has spoken through me. Protector, child, echo, ancestor, and I gently invite them to rest. I am, and the I am has returned. I bless the story I now live. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen in your head or to yourself? Beautiful. So, first thing I will start with is reading from that gospel because it is so beautifully written. And what I will be talking about today with regards to Mary Magdalene is the supposed 7 demons that were cast from her, which, if you're new here, hey, that's not the whole truth. It's like half true. I always take what comes in canonical text with a grain of salt. as should you. At least that's what I advise. So, the gist is that when Yeshua finds Mary, she is painted as like this penitent sinner, as this whore, as just in the slums of Galilee, in the town of Magdala. I mean, this poor thing. And how it's originally written is that Yeshua casts 7 demons out of her, and she's like this brand new person. As I said, that is kind of half true. So we'll restore the original meaning behind that. And the original meaning is a lot more powerful than what was chosen, or I guess not chosen, but what the patriarchy and papacy really tried their very best. I mean, A+ for effort. They really tried to bury this shit. But here I am, fucking archaeologist digging this shit up. But I'm happy to do it. Okay, so in early traditions, Mary Magdalene isn't portrayed as broken at all, really, especially in her gospel. In her gospel, she is portrayed as spiritually perceptive, deeply, deeply understanding of Yeshua's teachings, and sometimes more insightful than the male disciples, which reinforces the idea that these 7 demons story is about her transformation, not her identity. Okay, so first layer, that idea of her being a prostitute or like this morally fallen woman was pushed heavily by our friend Pope Gregory the First. Friend is very loose. Actually, not a friend at all. But there's actually no biblical evidence for that. So we can set that aside, right? Second thing, the word demon and what it meant back then. In the ancient world, especially in the time of Yeshua, demons didn't just mean like evil monsters like we see in horror movies or in Hollywood. So the word demons was often used to describe either intense psychological suffering, trauma, illness, whether it be mental or physical, and overwhelming inner turmoil. But keep in mind, people back then didn't have modern psychology, right? So they described what was truly inner chaos as something that was external. Now, the number 7, the number 7. Guys, numerology is all over in the Bible if we want to go there. It's banana bonkers, cuckoo pants, crazy. But why does 7 matter? Well, 7 wasn't random. It was very intentional. And in ancient symbolic language, 7 meant or stood for completeness, totality, something affecting the whole person. So 7 demons, with regards to Mary, likely meant that she was just deeply overwhelmed on every level. Crash out to the max, crash out times 10. Crashing out, overwhelmed, overstimulated, mind, body, spirit, soul. That is the most fucking relatable thing, I think, in her gospel. I'm like, same girl, same, literally same. So, not 7 demons, not 7 literal entities. Now, the casting out of said demons really points to, especially when Yeshua says cast them out, think of it less like an exorcism and more like he helped her become whole again. He facilitated energy healing, Reiki, Kundalini awakening. Facilitated. He didn't do it for her. Though he loved her more than others, he still respected her as a sovereign soul. He helped her, guided her in restoring her back to her truest sense of self, her truest nature. He helped free her from that internal chaos, mind, body, soul, spirit, and helped her feel clear, grounded, and alive again, who she really was. So the deeper meaning of that story, that in my opinion can be often missed, is that after that transformation with Yeshua and Mary, Mary becomes one of Yeshua's closest followers, if not the closest. Mary Magdalene is the first witness to the resurrection. She is a trusted spiritual figure. And she was the one who was present when the others fled, when the other disciples fled, because they, in their own right, were crashing out about being told to go and spread the good word when their best friend did that and was about to be killed. So, from a human perspective, I totally get that. Mary, this person who was once deeply overwhelmed, became one of the most spiritually clear and devoted people in the entire movement, in the entire ministry. So, if I were to rewrite that part of her story, I would say that she went through a period of intense inner struggle and fragmentation, and then experienced a profound healing that brought her back into clarity, into strength, and into purpose. And this matters. The true meaning, restoring the true meaning, to me matters, at least. Because the point of the story was never that she was sinful or she was possessed. The point of that story is that transformation is possible for everyone, even in the deepest, darkest slums of internal chaos. That clarity and spiritual authority can come after breaking down, after crashing out so hard, after having a mental breakdown, not before it. It comes after. So that is the story. I know this is a short episode, but I hope you I love telling stories about her. Thank you guys for listening. I love you more than you could possibly ever know. And I leave you with that. Thank you for listening to the Restoration Codex podcast. I'm grateful for you. I will talk to you guys in the next one. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world.